up, beautiful soul family? It's Hannah Love. And today this live is going to be about how to break free of karmic patterns. And I'm going to show you a way to break free of karmic patterns and what karmic patterns really are. So, just typing it in the comments. Hello! So let's see. How break free of karmic patterns by doing this. So I'm going to give you a teaching about this, and then I'm also going to give you a modality about how to do this. Okay? And it's really powerful, so I'm excited. And if you're new to this space, thank you so much for being here. I'm Hannah Love. I'm a master healer and psychic, and I'm here to teach the ascended leaders and coaches, influencers, and so forth to become masters too, so they can impact the masses at the highest level of love and of light through the creator's perspective and definition. And every day, I even have like a little affirmation that I have on like a little post-it note. It says, what is your why? And it says, how can I be of service today? It's an affirmation that I have. So I always ask, how can I be of service? How can I best serve the collective today? Okay, and this has been coming up a lot is karma, and all karma truly is cause and effect. So your actions and your beliefs have an effect and create, a result. That's all karma is. Okay, what's up? And a lot of people think that karma means something negative and that you have to pay for your past mistakes, or that you have to pay for your ancestors' past mistakes. Okay, what's up? Hello, how is everybody? And so karma, the most simple and easiest way to break free of karma is literally forgiveness. Unconditional love and forgiveness for ourselves and for our ancestors. Because a lot of us hold resentment, grudges, hatred, regrets. Everybody does on some level, from our ancestors or from ourselves, because of things that happened in the past. And we're not allowing ourselves to break free of those patterns because we haven't truly forgiven ourselves, because we haven't truly let go, forgiven ourselves, and allowed ourselves to receive unconditional love. Okay, what's up? So I notice a lot of people hopping on and hopping off because they're not ready to hear this yet, but that's okay, in time. And so the way to break free of karma is by being aware of, okay, what am I punishing myself for, and why am I punishing myself from the past? Because the past is in the past. Just because you did something in the past does not mean that you have to repeat it in the future. And a lot of us are operating from unconscious beliefs that are stemming from our past lives and from our ancestors. Or we're taking on the beliefs and the suffering of our parents because we feel obligated on some level to heal and to transcend them, especially if you're an ascended leader, an ascended healer, a master here, to clear, you have a subconscious belief to clear karmic debts of the past and from your ancestors. Then you'll be caught in this loop of, oh, I constantly have to clear myself, I constantly have to heal myself. I even got in this loop too. So that you constantly have to clear the karmic debts of your ancestors or of the generations before you in order to create a new reality. But you can detach yourself from the DNA of your ancestors and from your past lives by embodying your higher self's DNA only. Because our DNA is composed of our ancestors, our past lives, our parents' beliefs and traumas, and the things that even happened to us in this life. And we're all carrying millions of years, depending on your perception of time, or hundreds of thousands of years of baggage from our ancestors, or subconsciously we are carrying on baggage from our ancestors or from our past lives that are not even our own. But you can separate and release yourself from the obligation of taking on the DNA of your past lives and of your ancestors by having this awareness and the discernment, and that you have marked all of the lessons complete already from the past. Because the reason why we carry on karmic patterns is because we're still learning, and we subconsciously tell ourselves that we're still learning lessons from it, and that we can't break free of the karmic patterns until we learn the lessons. Because the only reason why we manifest or create anything in this reality, and I mean anything, people, places, blessings, dramas, situations, houses, everything, is because we're learning and mastering certain virtues and lessons. And when you have the awareness of what the karmic patterns are and what the lessons that you learned, you can mark them complete and move forward, and you can but even then, you can even detach yourself from having to carry on the DNA of your past lives or of your ancestors, and you can release yourself from those obligations of needing to heal them. Okay? And sometimes that may take people time to do that. I mean, on some level, it could take all of us time to truly embody our own DNA and release ourselves from our ancestors' DNA or from the past DNA. Because on some level, we still feel an attachment to it, because we're still learning the lesson of detachment and being our authentic selves and forgiving ourselves. So the way to break free of any karmic pattern is by releasing the obligation to punish yourself from the past. Even if you did something that you regretted yesterday, releasing the regrets, releasing the resentments, releasing the grudges and the hatred towards ourselves, and downloading and allowing ourselves to receive forgiveness. And sometimes that does take time. Even if it's something that we did when we were 6 years old, we still beat ourselves up from it on some level. And even on some level, things that happened to us when we were like 6 years old or 10 years old or whatever could have been something that we repeated that our ancestors also did from years ago. So we're taking on the pain and suffering of our ancestors to transcend the karma. So let me know if that makes sense and if you're following me. And so we don't have to carry on the karmic patterns and the debts of our ancestors. And you can even ask yourself, whose karmic pattern is this? Because most of us are repeating patterns and cycles that are not actually ours. Okay? They're our ancestors. So if you have a karmic pattern that you've been trying to break free of, or a thought that you keep having that's coming up constantly, like maybe you always feel like there's never enough. You don't have enough love, there's not enough money. It could be a karmic pattern that you're still learning the lessons from. And it could be somebody else's. It could be an ancestor from 72,000 generations ago that you're still carrying. It's epigenetics. We all carry other people's DNA, our ancestors' DNA within us. But you can break free of that. Because in higher states of consciousness where there's unconditional love, where the creator of all that is resides, you can break free of karma, and you can detach from the ancestral DNA that has been carried on within you, and break free of the karma from the past, because that's all karma is holding on to our ancestral DNA and holding on to the patterns of the past. But with unconditional love and forgiveness for ourselves, and with the awareness of, okay, whose is this, and why am I punishing myself for the past? And you mark the lessons that you learned complete, you can forgive yourself. And also, if you ask your higher self for divine guidance, on how to forgive yourself, you can start to practice forgiveness. And this is how you break free of any limited belief, any karmic pattern, and any cycle that keeps repeating. Maybe you keep dating the same person over and over again, and you're like, why do I keep dating this type of male or female or person, you know what I mean? Or maybe you, like 1 month you'll make a lot of money and the next month it'll go down, and maybe your income fluctuates, or maybe you're constantly making the same amount and you're like, why isn't this going up? If you're stuck in a karmic pattern or loop, is because you're still punishing yourself from the past and you're still learning lessons. So if you have the awareness of what lessons you're learning, and you release yourself from punishing yourself from the past and forgive yourself and your ancestors through unconditional love, then you can transcend those patterns. and start calling in abundance on all levels. So a really powerful technique of how to do this, and this is miraculous, I'm going to share with you some stories of how to do this, is through a prayer, a Hawaiian prayer called the Ho'oponopono prayer. Okay, I teach all of my clients that are learning to become masters of themselves, master healers, master psychics, and so forth. I teach them all sorts of different modalities, and because everybody's way of healing is not going to be the same, or not everybody is going to want to use a certain modality every day, or they want to maybe use a different modality that resonates with them more, or their clients more. So I teach my clients how to use different modalities that work for them. And the modality that I'm going to share with you, what's up, to transcend karma and to call in abundance and to manifest your desires, is the Ho'oponopono prayer. But I'm going to show you how to do it so you can actually release yourself from the karmic patterns. Because a lot of people, they only know like the surface level of how to use the Ho'oponopono prayer, but they don't know how to go deeper with it. So I'm going to show you how to go deeper with it to completely clear it from your DNA, from your ancestral DNA and your past and so forth. So the Ho'oponopono prayer is a Hawaiian prayer that was created by a therapist who literally, I'm not going to get into the whole story. You can purchase the book. You just type in Hawaiian prayer book or /story on YouTube, and you can learn more about what happened. But he basically used this prayer on people who were murderers, who did horrible and committed horrible atrocities. And what he did is when he was like a psychotherapist, and what he did was he literally, without even talking to any of them, he talked to them once just to analyze them so he can try to figure out how to help them heal, and that was it. Without even talking to them, he literally healed each and every single one of those people just by using the Ho'oponopono prayer and by envisioning them as their higher selves. Literally. This is a true story. You can go look it up on YouTube. But anyways, I'm going to show you how to use the Ho'oponopono prayer to break free of karmic patterns and to manifest your desires. So, the Ho'oponopono prayer is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. Okay? And so, what you want to do is you want to state the belief that you have that keeps coming up, and ask yourself, okay, how does this serve me? Because in some way it serves you. And you can even write this down to help you. And you can talk to yourself about, okay, when did this belief first originate? Or when did this karmic pattern first originate? You can just close your eyes and ask yourself. And your subconscious has to answer you, because that's just how it works. If for some reason you get like a block, it's because you don't feel safe, and all you have to do is request that you're safe. You can just say, I'm safe to know the truth. Okay, and then you're just going to start speaking out loud the pattern that keeps coming up. And as you speak it out loud, and as you speak everything that comes up about this pattern, like your frustration, the emotions that come with it, maybe you're like, oh, I'm tired, I keep repeating this pattern, and I just want to break free of it. So anything that comes up that relates to the karmic pattern that you want to let go of, you're going, after you state it out loud, you're going to close your eyes and state the Ho'oponopono prayer over and over again. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you, until you release yourself from it. And what this is that you're forgiving yourself, you're loving yourself, you're thanking yourself, and so forth, because we're the creator of our own reality. And that's the whole awareness, is that you're the creator. And if you're the creator and you're creating all of this, you want to know how and when to forgive yourself, so you can move forward and start creating, what you do want, instead of creating the past over and over again because of, the punishment and so forth. So this is how you break free of karmic patterns. And as you continue to state the prayer out loud, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you, you're going to have the thoughts and emotions start to come up. And just be aware of them, and you can even state them out loud. And you want to acknowledge them so you can clear them. If you don't acknowledge them, they're going to stay stuck within your DNA or in your cells or even in your organs or in your body, because it has to store somewhere within your body. You want to state it out loud and give voice to it, and then state the Ho'oponopono prayer until you feel the pattern has completely shifted. And how do you know if the pattern has completely shifted? So what happens is you'll go to this point, it's called the 0 point, where you feel absolutely weightless. You feel euphoric. You just feel clear-minded. You don't have any thoughts, and you're just completely, your mind is completely silenced, and you feel this, you just feel amazing. You feel euphoric. You feel miraculous. And so it's easier to experience than to explain the feeling that you receive from it. And so you'll get divine downloads, and that's when you can ask, you know, your subconscious, or ask the creator, okay, what is the new belief for me to embody so I can move on from this old belief? Okay, so maybe the old program was, okay, maybe the old belief was that your income fluctuates, okay? And then you stated out loud all the reasons why and the karmic patterns and etc., and you do the Ho'oponopono prayer. Sometimes when you do the Ho'oponopono prayer, you may not get any answer right away, and what will happen is that the universe will give you answers automatically without you even needing to ask. So sometimes you just want to wait until you receive the divine downloads of what the highest truth is. And you can even ask, okay, you know, divine source, whatever you want to call it, God, creator, allow me to receive the truth of this matter and the true belief to help me move on from this, so I can receive abundance, so I can receive, you know, an overflow of abundance at all times, so I can receive consistent and increasing income at all times through the creator's perspective. Or, what's up? Or, like I was saying, when you're at the end of the Ho'oponopono prayer, hello! So I'm talking about the Ho'oponopono prayer and how to use this to release yourself from karmic patterns. But I would go back to the beginning if you'd like to know more in depth about what karmic patterns really are and how to break free of it through forgiveness and through this prayer that I'm explaining. So, and so, like I was saying, at the end of the prayer, you're going to have, it's called the 0 point, okay? And you're gonna feel completely free. You're gonna feel euphoric, and you're gonna feel like you're in this kind of like a void, but not necessarily a void like being nothing, but you're just so present and you're aware. And when you're in that awareness, and when you're in that state of your mind being completely cleared and silenced, that's when you're in the 0 point, and that's when you know you've cleared the karmic pattern. That's when you know you've cleared the belief. What will happen is you'll receive the divine downloads from the universe or from your subconscious of how to move forward and install new beliefs and new actions so you can break free of the karmic pattern. Or when you are in that place of the 0 point, what can happen is you can ask your subconscious, or you can ask the divine, the creator, whatever you want to call it. You can ask, what is the new belief so I can move forward from this? What is the new embodiment? What is the highest version of me that already has the desire, that already has broken free of this pattern? Okay, so if you're new to this space, hello, this is a really, really fucking powerful live video, so I highly suggest if you're just getting here to just, you know, go to the replay when I end the live video. It's really powerful. I'm going to post it on my YouTube too, of course. And so that's what I have to share with you guys today. You can even, when you're doing this exercise, and I'm telling you, you're going to fucking get miraculous results from it. But the only people who get results are the people who actually implement this, okay? So I wanted to share with you a couple other really cool stories that happened from doing this Ho'oponopono prayer, okay? It's super powerful. Like I said, I teach all of my different clients who want to be and who are learning to be masters different ways to heal, to tap in, to channel, to be, you know, to channel their psychic abilities. I teach them many different healing modalities to be able to do so, because not everybody wants to use the same healing modalities. And sometimes you may want to use other modalities than, you know, like maybe one day you want to use meditation or subconscious reprogramming or past life regression on yourself or on your clients, okay? It's good to be multifaceted like that, especially if you're a multifaceted individual and you love to learn and you want all different types of ways to heal people. Okay, so really cool, like it was pretty wild what happened from doing just this Ho'oponopono prayer. So this was a couple years ago when I was using it, when I first discovered it, and I was doing like energy cord cutting and releasing myself from past relationships so I can move forward from repeating the same karmic relationships, because I kept manifesting like the same relationships that were not serving me any longer, and that were just toxic and not healthy for me. So what I was doing the Ho'oponopono prayer on all these different, these different people that I had dated, or even partners that I had slept with. And what I did was I did the Ho'oponopono prayer on all of them, and I did it on myself until it was completely released, and until I completely forgiven myself and them. And when I released, I released the resentments and the regrets and the rejections and all of that. And like I was saying, because a lot of the time we repeat karmic patterns is because we still hold on to regrets and rejections and so forth. Until you can totally forgive yourself, or until you understand the lessons you're learning, then you'll still keep repeating the karmic patterns. So this is how you can release it, through unconditional love and forgiveness, and through this Ho'oponopono prayer that's fucking miraculous. And so what had happened is I did it on all of them just to release the cords, forgive them, and move forward so I can manifest, soulmate love. And I actually did end up doing that. So, and literally when I did this, that same fucking week, at the end of the week, it was, it was just the beginning of a new week. It was Monday. I shit you not, I literally had 4 people that week, the ones that I cut the cords with and forgiven, they all messaged me and apologized to me. It was crazy. That was not even my intention either, but that's just what happened. And I was like, holy shit, this is extremely powerful. And what I was doing is I was literally doing the Ho'oponopono prayer every single day, and it wasn't even my intention for them to forgive me. What I had done was I had forgiven them, and I had released the resentments that I had for them and for myself, and I had completely forgiven them. And literally every single one of them messaged me that week and apologized to me, because I had fully apologized, or fully forgiven myself, and I released myself from those karmic patterns, and I even released myself from repeating those same types of relationships. It was fucking crazy. It was amazing. So I use the Ho'oponopono prayer all the time to clear abundance blocks, to clear to clear regrets, or when I get triggered, I use the Ho'oponopono prayer until it is completely cleared. And it is fucking incredible. You feel absolutely amazing, and you have miracles that happen if you do the prayer. And again, the only people that get results are the people that actually utilize this. And if you're just hopping on, hello, I would catch the replay, because this is a really freaking powerful live. There's a lot of value, and there's a lot to learn in this live, so you can break free of patterns and old stories and old patterns that aren't serving you any longer, so you can continue to manifest your reality, your dream reality, and so forth. Okay, so that's all I have to share today with you guys. And if you want to check out my book, I have a free book for you, an ebook. Okay, it's a short ebook. It's called 13 Beliefs of a Master Healer. It's fucking incredible, and it's really powerful. It's an activation book. It's going to activate you on all levels possible. It's just in my bio if you want to check it out. And if you're interested in coaching, if you are an ascended leader who has a coaching business, and you want to take your life and your business to the next level of mastery, those that are ambitious, who seriously who are action takers, and who want to seriously become master healers, master psychics, masters of themselves, and learn different healing modalities, different ways to channel, different ways to heal themselves through light language, through channeling otherworldly beings like Arcturians or Thoth or other divine ascended masters. They want to learn how to use different healing modalities, access different laws of the universe. Everything that I've learned in the past 7 years, I literally teach my clients within my courses and within one-on-one coaching, and I help them clear their fears, clear traumas, and clear their subconscious beliefs, because your subconscious creates 95% of your reality. And the other 5% is just allowing yourself to receive and to work with the universe so you can manifest and be the master that you came here to be. Okay? So if that sounds like you and you're interested in mastery, just DM me heaven. I love to connect. And this is for people who are ready to seriously up level, because the 3-month coaching that I have is an intensive, and so you're literally making quantum leaps and you're receiving healings throughout the 3 months. So it's really, really powerful. So only for those who are ready to fucking up level. Okay, I love you guys.